Oh, that's an empty coaching stock one, that as well as interesting. Right, what we'll do is we'll do the 9:58 Victoria to Gatwick service. Now again, please be aware that there are some bugs with Train Sim World 2 Rush Hour. Well, it's in the whole of Train Sim World 2 that do desync the cab every now and again into low texture mode, which was just what was happening there as it was loading in. So, right, let's get him on board. Have to wait for a little while. There we go. Let's get our master key in. Reverser to neutral. And we'll just unlock the doors while I set the cab up. Right, we can't change anything on there, so we just have to get out of our seat. Just turn on DSD, vigilance, AWS, everything else is on. Right, so we're not departing until 10 o'clock. Rogan, could you do me a favour? Ban those two. Thank you all. Do I want to become famous? Not really. Thank you all. Right, so as you notice on the other service that we were on, the 150, on that it said connect to service. Well, normally in here you'd have GSMR-R space GB, and then you'd have your head code over on this side, but as the GSMRs don't work, we don't have that. But you do get it in the 313 apparently. Woo! Right, so we have a line light, so we are getting electricity to the train, so we can lock our doors. Let's just put the seat down for Rogan so he can sit down. Right, away we go. Oh, helps if I put the train in forward. Away we go. Right, so you will notice a few frame rate drops in and around Victoria because it's not really that well optimised at the moment. That's because people are still trying to learn things with the engine. Right, so we've got 23 minutes, 23 miles, 30 minutes. Right, so just heading out of Victoria now. Now, the one thing that they have done really well on this route is make it feel really busy. So we've now got a race. Will I play Train Sim 2022? No, is the answer to that one. Because I really only play Train Sim World on my or Train Simulator on my console. And I don't really like all the faffing around with Train Sim 20, or Train Sim Classic as I call it. Because if you don't have part of a route or you buy a train and it doesn't, it just gets all complicated. I prefer it just to be straight out of the box and working. Oh, what's that? All the way over there. Look, there's a 466 or a 465, sorry, in 8 car. How did that get there? Oh, hold on. That's not allowed. We're losing the race. No. You're fully entitled to ask. But yeah, I find it too much of a faff. Trying to get everything to work, and it doesn't look as pretty. It's not about eye candy, please. Don't get me wrong. But I just can't get to grips with the old engine. I own it, I own lots of routes for it, I own lots of trains for it. But I can guarantee you it will crash once or twice on stream. Just because of the way it's coded, and it doesn't make good viewing. As you can see, a nice busy route with trains going in and out of Victoria. We're probably empty with no holiday makers, COVID timetable and all that. Yeah, this really is a busy route, Rogan. It's busy all the way down. We're just on our way to Clapham Junction now, and that is busy. The Gatwick Express is an express, so we do fly through a lot of the busy sections. Although around East Croydon we may get stopped while we catch stuff up and end up having to regulate ourselves a little bit. Although we've got greens at the moment, we're running on greens. So yeah, that's the line there to Waterloo that you can see intersecting with us there. That's the South Western Main Line. So that bit that bends off over there, that's the Strawberry Hill branch, I think. That goes off to Strawberry Hill and Hounslow and stuff, I think. I don't really know the way round here. But we're now on the South Western Main Line, so you can see there's lots of railway. And we're just coming up to Clapham Junction. But we're coming up to Clapham Junction now. So on the left hand side is the Covent Garden Flower Market, I think they call it in real life, although it's nowhere near Covent Garden. But that bit of line there, that goes round, believe it or not, to Wembley and Acton. There we go, through Clapham Junction. We're now going on to the Brighton Main Line, and that over there the other side of the station is the South Western Main Line. So that takes you to Bournemouth, Southampton, all of those sorts of areas. Alright, we're too busy sightseeing and not enough power handle action. So again, you've got another route over there. I'm not sure where that goes, I'm not entirely. Path, I only know the bits I've been over, which is this bit. Alright, so we're now up to 60, so we'll just throttle off, coast along in notch 1. We don't have any speed control on this one like you do on the 377, the southern unit. They didn't put it in the 387 for some reason. But you still get your depot whistle. Right, so here we go. We're through this station and then up to 70. Now the difference between the 387 and the 377, so the 377 is the southern unit, the green and white one, is this one can do 110 mile an hour, whereas the southern unit can't. I think it was only good for 90. Could be wrong on that though, but it's been a while since I've actually driven the 377, but that's a 377 there. And then you've got your southeastern 375. But as you can see, like, have you seen this amount of trains before on the same route? So that's a depot up there. That's Stewart's Walk, I think. Stuart's Lane. Yeah, this is properly busy, this route. Right, so we're at 70, we're approaching another 70. Can't read the trackside signal by the trackside boards because they're unreadable at the moment. Over 40 or 40 over 70, so we're good for 70. Freights can do 40. That moment you're eating jelly beans and you get a coffee one. Oh. So again, Dovetail have done something really stupid on this route. So anybody that's watched my coverage of Southeastern High Speed will remember how much we rejoiced at having flashing yellow signals for junctions, which was be the correct signalling. On the Brighton main line, they threw that all in the bin, and you don't get them. Whether that's they've accidentally left them out and forgot that the signals can do it, or they didn't put those types of signals in. We don't know. They won't admit what they've done. Which is a shame, because this route could really benefit from flashing yellows when you get to busy stations. Or you're moving from the, like say for example you're in a southern service that stops at a few stations and then goes fast to Brighton. And you're going out onto the fast lines and you don't get flashers. And you just get brought down to a red. And then you come around the corner and the signal's cleared with the junction indicator telling you you're going across. And you're just like, ugh. Oh, there's another Gatwick Express train friend. So are we on a COVID train or pre-COVID? I'd say these people are all flying off somewhere. I think we've got a reasonably busy train today. So we are now on our approach to the East Croydon area. So we may find we get a little bit of restrictive aspect signalling going on in a minute. We've got the 60 coming up, so we've slowed down for that. Oh look, another train coming in to London. There's our 60 board. Alright, so we're going around on the fast lines here. Because the slow lines go over there. Well, there we go, 2 yellows on our approach to East Croydon. So we're doing 60, so we'll just bring our speed down to 40 and hopefully the signal should clear as we go along. Our next signal is just hidden behind that bridge parapet, so we've got 2 yellows. No, we've had an emergency brake application because the AWS didn't sound. Although it's not on there that we've had an AWS brake demand. So I can't actually do the correct procedure for a TPWS4 system where I'd have to hold the AWS button. Because you would normally push that button and that button together and it would release the brakes for you. Got to wait for the system to time out now. Oh well, good job we got a little bit of redundancy built in here. There we go. Brakes released. Again, that's another one of the bugs with this, is the non-audible AWS. Every so often. Or if it does go off, I didn't hear it in my headphones. So at least we got green through East Croydon now. Good for 45 at the moment. End of the platform goes up to 60. Yeah, this is East Croydon. Very, very busy station in real life. And I think, oh, uh-oh. There we go. But it's compared West Cornwall local to this, it's chalk and cheese. Yes, this is a busier route in real life, but Dovetail, I give Dovetail Games credit when credit is due, and I give them credit for how busy this route is and how accurately representative of what the route is like in real life. It really is this busy, and for them to be able to get this running smoothly on console is, I doff my cap. They've done a really good job. People still need to learn to walk behind the yellow line in this game though. Right, we're up to 90, so let's open the taps. Let's go. $14 miles to Gatwick. We're going to be really early. Lovely camera angle that is. What a horrible view the drivers of these trains have. Turn the HUD back on just so you guys can see what's going on. The speed is. Yeah, we only stop at Gatwick Express. This is literally the... Oh, there we go, sound looping. Still haven't fixed that bug. Have to go inside to stop that. See some people on the platform there. You're dead. You're going to fall over. You're going to get knocked over. The turbulence going past that person then would have knocked them off their feet, especially with their back to the train. Yeah, so this is a perfect example of what I was talking about. If you were going to go across here from the fast lines to the slow lines and go across there, it's a 70-mile-an-hour junction. Without flashing signals, you wouldn't know you were going over. And I don't think they're in on this route. I don't think they've put them in. Right, we're up at 87, so we'll just take a notch of power out. Just regulate ourselves a little bit because we don't want to be too early into Gatwick. Again, we're on the fast lines there, the slow lines down there on the left. And we're on the fast, the Brighton down fast we're on. So this is 2 tracks for the fast trains, and then if you're on a stopping service, you're down on the left because that goes to a couple of stations. About to fly over the top of them. Now we've changed sides with them, which is really confusing when you're trying to learn the route. So when I was learning to be, when I'd learned to be a Class 66 driver, you have to do a certain amount of hours before you can go out on your own. And I used to come down this route quite a lot to go to a place called Ardingly, which is an aggregates yard not too far off the route. And I also used to go to New Haven as well, which is in East Coastway. So Ardingly is modelled on this route as you get to Haywards Heath. You used to do a run round there to go down the Ardingly branch. Bit of useless trivia for you there. Alright, we've reached 90, so I'm just going to throttle off as we're rolling downhill, because we don't want gravity to take over too much and start making us speed like it is doing. So just rub the brakes just to scrub some off. Yeah, so the Ardingly branch is... that's the one that goes to Lewes. But the Ardingly branch is that one, I believe. Yeah. Which apparently they are going to be putting in some freight services at some point that go down there. Not many services go down there, so it will be a little bit of a work of fiction. But it's actually quite a good activity to discharge the wagons down there. It's quite interesting because it is in the middle of nowhere. If you imagine a little boy sitting on a bridge over a river playing dueling banjos on his banjo, that's the sort of place it is. Ding 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 ding. It's very peaceful, it's very quiet. So you just have to move the train forwards and backwards to unload the wagons. It's quite peaceful. You used to be able to get a good couple of hours kip when you were down there. Right, so we're at 80 for the upcoming speed restriction. There we go. So we're now 5 miles from Gatwick station. Now, the Gatwick Express isn't currently running because of COVID. They haven't reinstated it. They've leased the units out to other train providers. I think a couple of them are with Thameslink, who own most of the rolling stock thing down south, and they are on Great Northern services at the minute because these do have a pantograph as well. Just there. So they can run on third rail, which is that thing which conducts the electricity into the traction motors, or they can run on the pantographs. So in theory you could take this on any German route or southeastern high speed on off the rails mode and go along to St Pancras, although you would struggle because there's no in-cab signalling on this one, so you wouldn't have a clue what signals we were getting. But it's nice to know you can do it. You've also got Crawley aggregates and Purley aggregates on this route as well, which again are places where you can take goods trains. Crawley is run by Freightliner Heavy Haul. They tend to do the services at the moment, and Purley is Freightliner Heavy Haul. Crawley tends to be GB Rail Freight. So you may find that you get some new liveries of Class 66 on this route. Again, I don't know anything about it. Please don't quote me on that, because I don't know. It's just real life what runs on the route. So you may see different liveries, you may not. Right, so we're coming down now into Gatwick. We're a mile and a half out. We've got some speed restrictions coming up, so we're just slowing down for our approach. We're going into platform 6, where this train will then stable for a little while and then head back to Victoria. So that's the train we're going to replace. So I'm just looking for my signal here. It's hidden in the trees, so we've got 2 yellows down there. Acknowledge our AWS that's now sounding an alert noise again. So that 2 yellows indicates that the next signal is a single yellow. So this should be Hawley station. Yep, this is Hawley. Alright, so we'll just apply the brakes now and slow ourselves down a little bit further to the 30. Because we have got some point work we're going over in a minute, and we don't want to speed across that. So we're starting to see aircraft coming across now, so we know that we're close to Gatwick. Right, so we've got a single yellow and a number 1 indicator, which means we're going left. So we've got 6 indicating we're going into platform 6. So we're at 30. So when we get up here, there'll be 2 platforms we can go in. A number 2 indicator would have taken us all the way across to platform 7. But we are going into platform 6, which is just the left, because there's already a train in platform 7. Thank you very much for the host, Nightmare Gamer. Much appreciated. So yeah, the number 2 indicator would have taken us into that platform there. But the number 1 indicator is taking us into here. So we are an 8-car train, so we're going to go quite a long way down the platform. But it is red, so we are just going to start to apply a little bit of braking. Because this train terminates, it doesn't go anywhere else, it just goes back to Victoria. And look at that, stopped on the money. Right, so it's the right-sided doors. So we will now turn off our headlights and just display red lights to the front of the train. We'll go down here to the PIS. Just zoom in. I believe London Victoria is down here, 301. Confirm the selection. Right, there we go. The route has been completed. 30 minutes and 51 seconds, and we got a gold medal, which is always nice. So welcome to the viewers that came in with Nightmare Gamer 6752. We are just doing some casual railwaying this evening. Right, we'll just return to free roam. Because what we'll do is we'll just shut the cab down. So DRA needs to go on. Got our red lights on the rear. Take the reverser out. Brake to emergency. Master key out. Stand up. Do the okie dokie. Let's give ourselves a little stretch. Put up Rogan's seat. Get that out of the way. Just jump off now. Secure the cab. Lock the door. Check that the lights are on. Yeah, the red lights are on. It's still showing Gatwick Airport because the AI has taken control again. We've left the doors open. I'm not sure why it's remained as Gatwick, but hey ho. So that's the 10:30. So I don't know why it's expected at 10:32. There goes another aircraft in. So yes, I don't know why it's showing as 10:32, but it doesn't head back until 10:54. So that's going to Brighton. Where's that one calling at? Brighton only. So that will be another Gatwick Express service that will be fast to Brighton. Southampton Central. Interesting that that's on there. I wonder what sort of train that one will be. I wonder if that's a class 166. So yes, we'll just have a quick look around the station, see if there's anything that we have not unlocked. Cool, there's not much room there, is there? Ooh. But again, this station has been completely knocked down. They're rebuilding this at the moment. Anything in the vending machine worth having? No. Red lights nicely on the rear there. Ah, see, now it's flicked over to 10:54 London Victoria. So that's going to London Victoria. Where's that calling at? This train calls at East Croydon, Clapham Junction and London Victoria. So, excuse me, driver. Thanks very much. Wait till 10:32. We'll quickly get out then. turn on all our safety systems as we drive these trains properly, not like half of the Wallies currently influencing